Emil Nodal is a 67-year-old retired marketing director. He's also a United States veteran and a treasure hunter. He loved to spend his free time going to estate sales and yard sales. He was a true believer that one person's trash is another person's treasure. Several times a month, Emil would scour the newspapers and the internet, trying to find the best place to find things in the area. Emil had to do an estate sale in Missouri City, Texas, and at first it was your run-of-the-mill estate sale. There were a few good pieces, but it wasn't anything that was too impressive. As a seasoned buyer at yard and estate sales, he knew that the odds of finding something worth millions for just a few dollars were slim to none. Premier Estate Sales were running the estate sale that Emil would be going to that day. The company had a great deal of experience running estate sales. They made sure that no valuables would be overlooked and that everything would be sold at a fair price. They often did their best to appraise items correctly. This caused Emil to feel a bit discouraged, but not enough to stay away from the sale. He says that he always went to estate sales with an open mind because you never know what you'll find. There was one item at the estate sale that caught Emil's attention. It was an antique wooden dresser. It had 3 wooden drawers and a marble top. It was believed that the dresser dated back to the 1890s. He opened up the drawers and found that they were all empty. The dresser wasn't over the top, but there was something that caught Emil's eye, and he decided that he had to have the dresser. It turned out that the dresser had been for sale for 3 days before Emil showed any interest in it. This led the company managing the sale to drop the price. The goal was to sell everything, so cutting the cost was necessary from time to time. The dresser's original price was $300. By the 3rd day, the price was knocked down to $100. Emil thought that was a great deal, so he purchased the dresser. When Emil tried to get the dresser into his truck, he realized that it was too bulky for him to carry on his own. He asked for help to load the dresser, and soon the dresser would reveal a secret. When Emil started loading the dresser, he heard a noise coming from inside. He thought that this was strange because he'd checked the drawers several times and didn't see anything inside. The men checked the drawers, and still they found nothing. By this point, a crowd had gathered to see what was going on. People wanted to know what was causing the sounds from inside the dresser. When the men realized that there must have been a secret compartment in the drawer, they wanted to find it so that they could see what was inside. They figured that the best way to figure out where the secret compartment was would be to lay it down on its back. Finally, Emil found what he was looking for. There was a hidden drawer filled with what you could only describe as treasure. When Emil discovered gold and jewels in the chest, he couldn't believe his eyes. What shocked him even more was that there was cash from all over the world in the drawer, as well as a few personal mementos. Some of the items were dated back to the Civil War. After being appraised, it was discovered that the items were worth over $14,000. Emil decided that the contents of the drawer didn't belong to him. He found out that the executor of the will was related to the man who owned it before he passed away, so he tried to get in touch with the man. The owner says that the dresser was in his grandparents' home in Michigan, and he had no idea that there was a hidden drawer. Many people believe that Emil should have kept the treasure since he was now the rightful owner. He didn't think that this was right, so he returned everything to the owner's grandson. Emil was happy that he got such a great deal on such a beautiful dresser, and he says that returning the personal effects that he found in the drawer was the right thing to do.